The working title of my next novel is The Leopard, and it's the 8th novel in the Harry Hole series. The novel starts with Harry Hole in Hong Kong, where he has escaped after a very dramatic end to the last novel, The Snowman. So he's staying there in a hostel, mainly sleeping on a mattress in a very small room, taking drugs, smoking opium to get rid of his ghosts, and this female Norwegian police officer who's trying to find him in Hong Kong because 2 women have been found dead in Oslo, and they may be looking at the serial killer case, so they want Harry with his expertise on this field. So he's coming back to Oslo. From then on, the part of the story takes place here in Oslo, part of it on the mountains outside Oslo, and there's also a volcano in Congo that's involved. I was in Hong Kong a couple of years ago, and I did research for not this novel, but another novel. No, I didn't use the research that I did for the other novel, but because in the end I skipped the novel. So I found out that I could use those parts in Hong Kong for this novel. I was in Congo last year and did research for the book. This has been actually a very hard novel to write. I did an attempt first on this novel, and I had to skip a whole novel because it was okay, but it wasn't perfect. So I started all over again, and it's a long novel. It's a complex novel, and Harry Hole as a character is more developed than ever. It's a lot about his relationship to his father, who is in the hospital and who is dying from cancer. And it's a novel that also introduces a new antagonist, sort of a guy that may remind you of Tom Waller. And it's the longest novel I've ever written, and it has been shortened a couple of times, but still it's a long novel, and I'm really looking forward to it being published here in Norway. He will get some new colleagues because there's an internal war between 2 police departments in Norway investigating murders. There's one central union called Kripos, and there's a unit where Harry used to work, and they want him back to win the war against Kripos. So there's both an internal war, sort of a competition to solve this murder, because it's in the cards that the one that solved this case will become the central unit for murder investigation. And it's also a question whether Harry is not the kind of guy who feel loyal to anything, really. And this is also a story about loyalty. Loyalty toward his father, which he hasn't had a very close relationship with, maybe up until now that his father is dying, and also with his unit, because Harry has always been a kind of an outsider. But when he's put to the test, or when he's faced with the realities of his own department maybe being shut down, well, we'll see how he reacts to that. In Leopard, there is right now I'm rewriting a scene which gave me great joy. It's Harry when he arrives from Hong Kong in Oslo, and he doesn't look too good. I mean, he's been down and out for a long time, and so he's searched by in the customs at the airport, and that's sort of where we are introduced to Harry, where the police meet him. He is standing bent over in the customs room with an officer's hand up his ass, and that's sort of, you know, putting your hero in a very awkward and very bizarre situation. It's a bit more humor in that situation than I usually have with Harry, but I thought that was a nice way to introduce him in this novel. Harry's former girlfriend, Rakel, she's always on his mind. So although she isn't there all the time, she's there in Harry's mind. And in this novel, they will meet again. They will not meet until a bit late in the book, but they will meet again. I think this is the next chapter in Harry's life. It's more about Harry than in the previous books. As I said, it's a long book, so it's got a big plot and a big murder mystery also. And I've always been careful to dwell too much on my main character's private life, because when I read book where you have sort of a story about the main character and you throw in a crime plot, I think that's boring. My attention is always on the plot. But in this book, it was inevitable that I had to say something about Harry's life, because he's at a point both in his career and his personal life where he has to make some changes and some important choices, and so to make the character believable, I think I had to do that at this point, and I'm sure that in a couple of years, when I look back at this story, I will probably see that it's got a lot to do with my own life, but right now I think it's about Harry.